Sam, you played against Levshunov in the Big Ten this year. As an opponent, how would you describe his game and how was he to play against?
Yeah, obviously he's big, he's mobile, he's a two-way defenseman, so you just got to be aware when he's on the ice, obviously, when we play him. So, yeah, he likes to be sneaky, and so wherever he is, just got to pay attention, especially kind of the wingers or forwards, or they kind of got to be dialed in, just knowing where he's at kind of all over the ice.
What did you each think of your seasons this past year?
I thought I had a good season. I thought, I've made a lot of improvement during the year, and kind of, being at my freshman year, I was able to kind of improve over the season, and hopefully looking to just come back next season with more experience and kind of jump out the gate running. So,
Sam, how did your fellow Blackhawks pick Oliver Moore kind of push you guys down the stretch with each other?
Yeah, I just think it's me and him, obviously both being in the same room, both freshmen. Obviously, we kind of going through the process together, so just kind of feeding off each other. Maybe when one's doing well and one's kind of struggling, you're able to kind of get the other guy maybe advice or whatever it is. So
I will give you an opportunity to answer the previous question.
Yeah. I had a really good year. Yeah, great, close group of guys this year. Made it a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, I thought we had a pretty successful season, making it back to the Frozen Four. Fell up short, but still proud of the improvements that I made and the guys that I was with and how far we went.
Your decision to go back to college, was it primarily driven to wanting to win a national title with your guys, or what?
Partially, yeah. My freshman and sophomore year now, losing in the Frozen Four, obviously, still stings, and you still really can't fully forget it. But, yeah, there's definitely a revenge factor a little bit. You want to get another crack at that and, hopefully win a national championship.
What other factors were there for you?
For me, I thought another year would just, help me continue to round out my game. I still think that there's things that I can prove. I think I can prove more of myself offensively. And then, yeah, I never think there's too much time to, round out your game and continue to improve.
Ryan, did Macklin indicate whether he was going back to BU? Did that have any impact in your decision to go back to BU?
I haven't talked to Mac much about that. He kind of keeps that to himself, I would say. I'm sure that's a decision that he's going to make coming up soon here as he gets closer to the season starting. But, yeah, I don't talk to him too much about that stuff, but unbelievable guy.
Sam, as a first-round pick, you're taking kind of a longer trajectory here. What do you see as your timeline to the pros? When do you imagine yourself in a Blackhawks uniform?
Yeah, obviously I'm kind of new going in that it was maybe going to be a little longer for me to even fill out my frame, which I'm currently doing. It's just obviously not going to be over one season or one summer. So, right now I'm focused on, going back to Minnesota and being in the present, whether it's here or there. So, whenever it happens, but I'm just focused on the present and just keeping getting better with my game. So.
What was it like being with Oliver for the freshman year too?
That was great. We're going to be living with each other again next year, so I can tell you maybe it went well. So.
What weight are you now, and just in general, how is the strength and weight gaining going?
Yeah, I fluctuate a lot, kind of from morning and night. So I'm around that 190 mark, I would say. So, whatever it is, hopefully get to 200 or 195, kind of next season going in, and then after that, hopefully 200 plus, and then whatever happens. So.
How do you do that? Do you have to eat ridiculous amounts, or is it just
Yeah.
so steady?
Yeah, just eat as much as you can, kind of making sure you're eating a lot before you go to bed or whatever it is, but making sure it's good food and it's not just a bunch of fat or whatever it is. So just making sure it's good muscle and good fats as well.
Yeah, I'm failing at that.
What are you guys eating for both of you? How have you changed your diet?
I guess it's more so just trying to, it's not going to happen right away. You're not going to be able to just, transform into the perfect eater, but at the same time, it's taking those little steps and just trying to, focus and discipline yourself more and more each day. For me, it was a little tough, my freshman year especially, living off a dining hall and having to eat there. But now being an older guy at school, I get a kitchen and things like that. So just meal planning, prepping, just honestly just trying to learn more about all of it as the days go by.
Yeah, I think for me, kind of similar to what he said, obviously freshman year you have the dorm, which can kind of be a tough task at times, but personally they have great food in Minnesota, so we have Athletes Village there that we're able to get food, but next year it's going to be way better where I can cook meals and I can make ground beef with rice or whatever it is. So, yeah, just making sure you're sticking to a routine and being consistent, really.
I feel like last year's development camp there was a cooking exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys doing that this year?
Yeah, we did it again this year. We were on the same team last year too. Didn't get the job done,
No,
but
we lost.
we tried. Yeah.
Did you guys pick up good habits from those things, or is it just all kind of fun experience?
It's a bit of both. Like, you learn a little bit, but at the same time, it's just fun to be with the team that you're with at camp and just trying your best to make the best meal for the judges. So it's pretty fun.
Mark Eaton was saying that this style of development camp allows you guys to just kind of bond and mesh together without the competition on the ice. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I think obviously everyone's competitive here, so kind of whatever it is people want to win at, whether it's cooking or, but, you know, making now you're just kind of getting to know the guys and just making sure everyone feels welcome and kind of just enjoying the time while you're being here. So.
Do you guys talk at all about like the team that the Blackhawks are building, like all of you prospects and the talent in there? Do you kind of look ahead, or do you not allow yourselves to do that?
Obviously you see stuff with maybe guys that are picking or whatever, but you know at times you focus on yourself. But obviously you hear a lot of social media. It's speed, size, and you know smarts or whatever it is. So you can see that they have kind of their plan that they want to do, and you know we're just making sure ourselves as players that you know we're just going to be our full potential in the future. So.
Ryan, with a couple Frozen Fours in your back pocket and going back further, how do you see yourself evolving as a leader at BU this season?
Yeah, like I think being an older guy, like I said earlier, I think that allows me to be in a role where, you know, I have high influence on my teammates and, you know, I can lead, whether that's, you know, vocally or by example. And that's something that I'm excited to do. I've had great captains in the past and I've learned a lot from the older guys. So to be in that position now, you know, it's something you want to take pride in and be a good role model for the younger guys.
You guys both played in your respective big games this year across the board. Is there anything with your game this year that you were particularly proud of where you saw the most improvement?
I think for me, obviously, you know, a knack on me was my defensive ability, and I think that took big strides this year. You know, going up a level at the college level. Yeah, I think I was making sure I was shutting guys' players and just using my abilities, my skating, and everything to my reach. Then obviously, I want to keep growing my offensive game as well. So.
Yeah, for me, I think I was able to round out my game more than I had in my freshman year. I was relied on a lot more this year as a sophomore and played in, you know, pretty much every situation for my team. So to just get experience like that and, you know, to put out there in those situations was something that I was able to learn from and grow from.
Sam, to follow up on your answer, how do you kind of get that balance? Because you are more offensive-minded. You even talked about that last year at development camp. How do you find that balance, and how do the coaches work with you to help create that balance?
Yeah, you know, big credit to, you know, Coach Motzko and Coach Killer there. And, yeah, it's just making sure I'm getting down to little details. And I think for me, it's also just I'm maturing and I'm getting a little older. So it's kind of all coming together a little bit, kind of just with time goes on. But, yeah, I'm just making sure I'm using my strengths to my ability. You know, whether it's surfing guys off, you know, nowadays it's you kind of don't want to skate backwards as a defenseman at times. So, yeah, just making sure I'm confident in my abilities with my skating and everywhere else. So just making sure I'm using it to the other side of the rink as well.